Yeah, it's completely thrown.
That can't be right, because Maniac was playing Omen. That's completely changed around. Okay, wait, no, I can see that it's existence on Omen in the background. They have totally changed agents.
I mean, I like it. A team that can flex onto any role. I like it.
So it's going to be Forza on the attack, and it's actually started from CS on defense. So hopefully they'll switch that in the top. I can see in terms of colors, that's actually the other way around. So because you can see Happy here on the raise. So Happy is on the raise. There we go. Right. So I was correct.
I mean, that's good to see because he was kind of playing Sage like a raise on split. I'm not going to lie. But again, those confidence plays, that's what we want to see from these players that are talented in terms of aimly.
Absolutely. I mean, but some of the Force guys, they're not bad. That almost seemed like a panic wall. They saw the recon ball sort of bouncing around, and that's a little too late. What they want to do is put the wall down and get the quick B plant, but that's not going to work out. Now they're going to try and push for it, but is it too late? You can see Happy lingering off the side. He's going to push it through the dark cover. Doesn't work out for him.
Well, the thing is as well, the wall there had been down for about 20 seconds, so it only needed a couple of pistol shots to pop it. The paint shell didn't help, but actually, you can see a big paranoia come through connector here. One player swinging out, but Existence not finding anything. Oh, he does find one, but the trade comes through from Zeddy.
You got the spike carrier down. That's the big bit. Now,
yeah,
you got the spike carrier down in the crossover. Does manage to get the plant down now, but that's cost him so much time. And now the retake is looking great here, but Coffee and Impala pop off. And now there's just one left standing. It's Happy though. He's going off. He gets Impala and Smart down. Coffee, he's got 100 hit points. The boombot comes out. Oh, the paint shells. Which way's he going? Runs on and going on it. But Coffee lands there. Such an important headshot. A running headshot at that. Wow, a close starter.
Yeah, I mean, it came down to the 1v1, raise on raise, but, I mean, Happy was down to very, very low HP. I mean, he nearly had it. The boombot going one way, the paint shells cut off the other side, but Coffee holding strong there, finds the headshot to the Ghost, and nice reaction, really. The spike almost went down on B, but we talked about that wall being a little mistimed, and the paint shell bought a lot of time for them, but really, really good audible play there to take control of C site. It's interesting to see Fours again opting to not run a Sage. I've seen this before from them on Avon. And I mean, we don't often see it being a huge factor, but I mean, when you're attacking first, you've got to say that it kind of aids you, right?
Teddy trying to steal away the orb. Shock result coming, by the way. Party Parrots losing 13-11. And this being, as far as I know, their last tournament together. Obviously, we already saw signs that they may well be disbanding. So they go out in the round of 64. That's a big surprise. This looks like a solid set play. There's no one there, but look at the rotations. If they don't go quick enough, they're going to meet a 5-stack.
You see, actually, a heavy stack. Literally everybody over towards it. Dark cover going to cut off. Short push. I think they know what's up here because the recon bolt going to come in. Also a paint shell to follow it up. Bayaz will fall first, but the paranoia is huge in response there.
Well, doesn't look like it's going to work out well for them. As Coffee in the end will lay it down. And Akuma trying his best. Cheeky nose go up at the end there. By the way, I love the little play there with the recon bolt followed by the paint shells immediately afterwards. They all look up for them. Yeah, the recon bolt, the paint shells hit them all. That's a really nice little smooth play there. And just to confirm, it is actually Forza that are 2-0 up. The top UI is incorrect. It needs switching over. So once that's dealt with, like I say, it is Forza on the attack.
And it starts from CS not playing with the Sage, not Forza.
Yes, which confused us.
But yeah, I mean, that's a perfect example there of what we're touching on just before this game started, Lee. The coordination from these, I guess, teams that come in with a blank canvas in terms of learning Valorant. It's stuff like that they're going to have to their advantage, and it's things that I'm not saying, you know, CS players can't pick up over time, but we see that become a factor in games.
Well, they've certainly got the skill. There's no question in that. I was casting these guys back at the majors in 2015, and they absolutely can perform. Happy though is about to be tested, and obviously this being the first big rifle around the wall, boosting over. Oh, the Drone giving the information. Happy dodges the paint shell, stays passive, stays in the corner. Everybody else is rotating. The links are all covered off, but it's going to be a rotate back away through double doors. They're already pushing through, and this is going to be a C hit.
Yeah, the utility kind of throwing down a bit of a bait on B's site. Counter paranoia from Cloakman's over from connector over to back plat, but there you go. Bayaz will fall. Defensive spawn. Actually, said you're going to shroud and step across. He might get caught off guard. Maniac didn't react quick enough there. I don't know if he had his weapon out or what, but Spike now making his way through garage. And I think you're right. It's going to be a full-on C hit here, and there's only one player to defend it. There you go. He's going to fall immediately.
Teddy in control. Hujon getting the plant down, and this is going to be a simple save round for starting from CS. First rifle round and tested as expected by Force here. A solid roster that tasted victory at the weekend, performed very well in the week play. Yes, they went out in groups, but they certainly put some scares, I think it was, into some of the big teams in Valorant so far, taking some important rounds throughout that one. So not too surprising to see them starting off strong here. And are they going to hunt the guns down, I wonder? I don't think they really have the economy to go full hunting yet, so it is just going to be a case of grouping up, but they're going to defend themselves in long A, and they should be safe.
Yeah, again, a risky round to lose anything if you pause, and whilst it'd be great to remove those weapons, I think, again, we can see from the economy, you're going to see a bit of investment coming back in from starting from CS, so I think you're absolutely right. It's not really worth it at this point. You're risking a lot to, I guess, stop them from buying back in. But I mean, the money's not terrible from them anyway. So 3 rounds on the board for Fours. No real surprises just yet. But this one now, a couple of players looking worryingly low on credit. So aside from CS, gonna want to get this round on the board to kind of stop any momentum from Fours for sure.
To keep trying this default play and sort of taking control of window, I just wonder at what point maybe starting from CS will figure that out and maybe get an operator and try and peek them down there. But as it is, obviously haven't got the economy to do just that, which is why they are feeling very confident. Aldrone peek, that's going half his way. As you can see, Existence is already there to cover it off. Very aggressive players, Maniac, isn't it, that's crept up A long. Yeah. And that's giving the information play, which is why they've got a 4-stack almost easily to go over to C, and that's where the hit's coming.
Yeah, actually, Zeddy going to get held at the top of C long, but comes back to set up, and Existence will fall elsewhere. He actually got a little bit overzealous outside of B. Spike's still down at the bottom of C long, so they're still trying to look for an entry here. Starting from CS, not giving anything away on the site itself. Zeddy going to get very, very tagged up there. But there you go. Coffee there to convert that one, and they will get control in. And actually, Coffee will find a second on the way, and Akuma will fall. And again, now they're in a situation is they probably should just save this. It's not worth pushing back in when you don't get any sort of trade on the entry there. But, I mean, a really good push from Ford. It was pretty much just vanilla as you like. Took 2 pretty much clean aim duels.
You try and tell Happy to back away. He's not having any of it. He's in a position, he just snuck in the corner, and he will find himself one. So he gets Coffee down, quick paint shells and back away. But he is kind of trapped now. There's no way around that long wall, effectively, long aim. And that leaves him and Maniac separated. Maniac, of course, has the skill and ability to back up his aim. As Laura mentioned, a lot of people maybe just know him as an analyst these days, but he was a top player in his day, and it will be a successful save, taking 2 weapons away from Force. But it is a 4-0 deficit right now. Yet to get themselves a defensive round, but they have the cash, they have it backing up. Happy can afford to buy a weapon, so they certainly have the ability in the bank. They just need to get themselves a defensive round set up. And I always find in this Haven map that once the defenders do get that foothold, it's generally hard to shift them then. Once they get that momentum, that positional setup, you know, that confidence effectively, then it will stop them. This is the first real round where they've actually got the economy to back up what they can do.
Yeah, I guess defending on this map as well, it relies a lot on information. And I mean, what Forza are doing well is they're kind of stacking up, and as soon as that information comes over, it's actually like a 2v1 for any of the defenders. So Forza are doing very, very well. And as I say that, Zeddy's just going to find a pick from all the way at the bottom of C long, and that's going to draw 2 members aside from CS over towards C site. Dark cover going to cover off here, so
Is this an A here or a B hit? Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, the spikes there, they've definitely done it to push it. But this is actually a good response from Started CS to say, okay, let's go aggressive, let's push it through. And they caught Zeddy off guard, and now they can't make this quick play. They know that there's somebody there. They probably saw 2 of them as well, so they're going to try and make this play into B. But look how quick they are rotated. They're going to be in position. The quick showstopper, ready and waiting, hasn't used it yet. Happy, he's not looking. He's going to try and wrap around for this one, but he's not in position to try and use it. And they've actually managed to get themselves in a great position with the plant down.
Yeah, and getting control of A-Link here, that again, as soon as they hear that showstopper, they've got to peel back. They don't want to contest site immediately, but...
They have the spike. They've wrapped
They have control of A-Link here. They've just peeled all the way back out. Hunter's Fury is going to be there to deny the initial defuse, but they push through and try and get these kills. Akuma and Happy will fall, and I love that aggression.
That was nice.
Yeah, they push all the way through A-Link. Smart 7 gets all the way onto A site, and I mean, they don't need to give anything away at that point. They just need to stop them from getting through to stop the Hunter's Fury. Really, really good post-plant play there.
I mean, that's why I questioned like the positioning of why they all went to Link, but I didn't notice that Hunter's Fury, who was lined up perfectly for it. And they could either go left side or right side. Either way, they were funneled in away by the Hunter's Fury. He just fires it straight on top of the bomb, so knowing exactly where the spike was planted. But this time, Happy has the operator. It's the first round he has it. He's going to be looking for one of those peaks on the B window here. With his Coffee going to try and peek it? No, he's going to get caught out by a Paranoia instead, because that's a peek on a short by Existence. So he had a quick peek. Nothing gained from either, though. Yeah,
it's actually crazy.
It's the best blind in the game by far. And again, the opening peak goes the way of Force, and that's been the problem for Started from CS at the moment. They're losing out. There's initial battles, and Coffee finds Happy's head, and that's the operator gone.
But so you said, though, that they had a fantastic response to it. Last time they pushed 2 all the way down C-Long. They get all the information. Yeah, it's just one guy here. It's Omen. He's creating space. They're going to be elsewhere on the map. Actually, this Shrouded Step might actually catch. Oh, no, they're going to meet each other. No, Impala's still waiting there. Neural Theft gets popped, and that's going to give the information over. Spike's already down at B. And now they're going to try and hunt these weapons, but... You're absolutely right. Just that first blood is such a huge factor, and you can see them they don't react immediately. They're not aggressive to kind of capitalize on it. They buy themselves so much space by just kind of pushing up and pressuring that part of the map.
I was going to question whether it was even worth hunting and chasing him down since they knew he had a Spectre, but I guess he could have picked up one of the weapons. But either way, that was a big investment that round, and it netted them a big fat 0. And look at the back building for Force. 6-0. This is looking like an easily an 8-4, if not a 9-3 potential first half for Force.
I mean, I want to see Started from CS kind of get a bit more aggressive in terms of like finding information, push down C-Long early. You know, if there's a dark cover there, find something out from it. But I mean, with Baez kind of playing C site, you never want to be the Cypher pushing out, because I mean, he dies, and you know, you don't have that factor where he can feed all that information to the rest of the team. But
it kind of surprised me, actually, that they're using the Cypher on C, not on A.
Yeah.
Because it's generally an A play, you can see it passive, use the cameras to good use. Instead, he's going for the long aim battles effectively here with a Marshal, which sure, if you land the headshot, you might be able to take him down, but other than that, you are going to ping the armor down. There's a recon bolt coming over the top, and well, the information's gathered, it drew them over, but here is literally the only weapon they have, so they were hoping for something. But you're right, I feel it's going to be a case of buying, you know, one of those hero plays effectively. Someone picks up a 4K or an ace or something like that, and that's what's going to start things going for Started from CS. The bonus is they have all the ultis ready and waiting, barring the Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, I mean, this Aldone going to give the information away. You can see it immediately. The reactor that Existence actually going to find Impala here, but Spike's still lurking in garden, so they're not committing it just yet. And Parler's going to get revived. He's back on his feet now, and actually going to invest the Omen TP, and Existence will find a second with the Sheriff. Coffee will fall on long, but no real pressure coming in from Force here. You can see they're flanking elsewhere through the map.
Not working out for them, unfortunately. Maniac will get one, though. Can it work out as they back him off? This is looking good. Zeddy in a 1v2 has to back away. They've got the weapons now. They've managed to recover them, and the spike is still in their control. And the thrifty round, that's what they needed. That's all they needed. And more importantly, it's given them an operator. It's given them a rifle. And yes, sure, obviously Force have that bank all the way built back up. But that is just the leg.
A weird round.
It was. I mean, especially when they'd already got the information on C.
Yeah, I mean, they were trading back and forth, and there was no pressure towards site other than the flank coming through a link. But even then, they didn't capitalize on the spike. Didn't move from sewers. Maybe they were just so scared of losing that thrifty round. But that was a little sloppy from Forza. I mean, when you're 6-0 up, you're allowed a few mistakes, but that was just weird the way that played out.
Looking for those, I really, the activity of the defense, how mobile they are. Okay, Pete comes out from Maniac. Yeah, it's going to get answered, and that's Impala opening things up. So that's probably going to divert things over the A site. Happy yet to rotate, sticking around the B, keeping an eye on what's going on over here. Recon Bob will come through. Doesn't net him a great deal of information. I think he landed it right. I think he clip the door with that. It looked like he did.
It looked like he did, yeah, but again, we're going to see heavy C presence, and
the rotated away from it. They completely misread this.
I mean, Dark Cover's going to go down in front of B as well, so that's just throwing more bait over. You can see they're not fully committing away from C right now, but Fours are just...
Baez has to win that Angel, or whatever the battle at double doors. There is only going to be one from double doors, so he's going to be the one that will have to cover it off. So it's going to be the B play. And look at that. Look at that. They put the wall down on B. The complete bait coming out. There's going to be the showstopper through. That doesn't land. Rolling Thunder comes through as well. That's going to be answered. But they're so focused on the fact that it's a B and realizing it's not. It's too late. The spike is down, and it's a 5-man hold. And there's nothing they can do.
I mean, that wall just pulled the Rolling Thunder off B side as well. It wasn't even anywhere. Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic work from Fours there, and you can see everyone just literally sat in long, just waiting. As soon as that bait comes down, it pulls the rotation away from C side. Now Happy desperately trying to cling on to this operator. He's going to find Zeddy. B hopping through mid. See what damage he can do here. Recon Bolt's actually going to spot him out. That's so unlucky, but... I mean, I want to come back to this, Lee. All of this presence on C, I feel like they should send the Cypher over to A, they just double stack C with somebody else, get an aggressive spy cam on long or towards sewer or something like that, so they get the information nice and early, because they're not peeking early for information. They're not actually seeing where fours are setting up, and ultimately it just becomes like a 4v1 when fours collapse onto a site.
They're playing okay, so they have switched a little bit. They got the thing up there, but I still feel that Happy with an operator on B is a bad thing. Nobody, I was about to say nobody peeks this until somebody does. but generally you'll see the operators either on A long, C long, looking for those picks, going aggressive on A long, looking for something there. But they're going for this play, and it's not really netted them anything. It may do this time though. This may actually work in his favor, because they are kind of stacked out there. There's the Aldrone coming through once again, but they just keep baiting it, and hasn't so far really netted any gains from having this operator in this position. Now he's got the support, but it is just an Akuma with a ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, Coffee's going to send the boom bot. It's going to get the information that Happy's still there with the operator, but again, this slow, methodical approach by Fours. Starting from CS, just have no idea what's going on right there. They have no information other than the fact that there's a raise in mid. And again, we're going to see this 4-man push, Spike going towards C long. Baez now has got himself tucked in cubby, which is worrying when he's going to see 3 or 4 people swing around on him. But Spy Cam Dart is going to force the initial aggressor away. But again, look, there's just so much presence.
They're already through double doors. He's already come through double doors. Coffee's there. I think it's Impala actually, isn't it? That's gone through as the raise. That he's already pushed through, and he's going to get around the back of him. But Baez with the surprise gets Steady and Smart 7. That's actually benefited really well for them. But now obviously he's been separated from his team. The K-Trap goes down, and they can push on through. And again, as I say, the raise wrapping around through double doors. Nobody was there to block them off, but Happy lands the shot. Now it's a 3-on-2. Showstopper in. Doesn't actually net the kill and gets taken down by Coffee in the air, and it's a 2-on-2 for the retake.
He got the entry there, but the Showstopper just didn't do any damage at all. Coffee down to 49 HP now. This is going to find a first on the way in, finds the second with the Spectre, upgrades himself to the operator, and they're going to get the second round on the board, but
they need more.
Again, yeah, I mean, I talked about it before the game as well. This psychological warfare just seems to be playing into Force's favor. Right before that execute onto C came down, we saw Existence run all the way through to C Link and throw a Paranoia onto B site. Again, no information that it's going to be B, but they're just playing guessing games here, and unfortunately, I mean, they'll get lucky eventually, but they're not right. I mean, it's a great retake there, but I just feel like the defensive setup here is, they're getting abused right now by the way Force are playing.
Maniac along with the other operator, of course, and that gives Happy, I wouldn't say gives him the freedom, but like when you think of, say, you know, the operator players that have been playing obviously a lot of Jet these days, we tend to see a lot of people rotating, and exactly that, they'll play from double doors. They'll be over at C long, they'll be over at B, they'll be over at A long, they'll be all over the place, and it keeps the attacking team on their feet. They're guessing, but now they just know Happy's on B. He's in the exact same static spot. He's going to be boosted on boxes. No surprises, and they're either playing to single him out or just playing around him, which is what they've been doing so far. Yes, obviously it worked out for them in the previous round, but I would say almost only because they got surprised by Baez being pushed up close. Not in the position this time. Sure enough, send the out drone in. Oh look, Happy's there again.
Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting you mentioned the operator in particular. I mean, if we talk about a team like G2, we see them set up these executes on defense. They'll swing 3 long on A, and as soon as they see nobody, somebody pushes from C long. It's all that early information that's gained from that playstyle. If they know there's an operator holding B doors, why show presence there?
Immediately has to back away. Sits and waits, and it's actually going to be a play straight through to A. This is a really weird wraparound, and that's backfired horribly. Maniac popping off along with Akuma, and now Impala's the last man standing. We'll find Akuma, but Happy is there, and a big round. And to balance the books nicely for the defensive side. That's the money they needed. Quick surprise, by the way, for you. BBL Esports taking down Need More DM 13-5. Big surprise.
Okay.
Actually, a game that I did consider following. That's CNET's team, the BBL, the Turkish team. So didn't have a great performance at the weekend, which is why I avoided them. But Need More DM getting taken down.
That's I mean, that's the fate of the best of one bracket, right? We love and hate to see it. See, actually, Existence showing a little bit of presence down towards sewers. This is what I like to see. These early peaks, if they don't see anything guarding, they can back up, and Maniac's there to hold the line for Existence with the operator, but 3 more players stacked down here. Existence nearly caught with a dark cover in his hand, and he's actually going to get caught off guard. Now, you see the push coming all the way through. The revive's going to get Coffee back on his feet as well. Maniac will fall, and Side Control will go over to Force.
This is going to be really tough for the defenders now, with Happy dropping. It's all on Akuma and Baez. I don't think it's even going to be doable. Judging from both positions, yeah, Baez is already backing away. Akuma's going to slowly step away. Save what you can. Yes, their economy is decent. They have got a lot, but Akuma got in. He got the operator away. I think that was Happy's operator, and that was all he went up there for. So going to get over to C site, but unfortunately that takes it to 8-3 in the final round of the half. A solid attack inside from Force, and it took starting from CS just too long to get going.
Again, though, they get that first pick in sewers. There's no reason for Existence to commit to holding that, especially on the ramp. coming up short. I mean, he can back all the way up to site there. As soon as they show presence, you got to think there might be a teammate with them. There might be somebody here ready to trade. So I'm a little surprised to see him, I mean, caught with his pants down, to be honest with you. The paranoia comes through. There's no getting away from that.
So how and where do they change things? Yes, they need to pick this round up, but on the attack, has Existence got the ability to tame and bring his players through. You can see there, by the way, just what was going on using the, they got that much money that they're using the operator. I think it was Impala that was doing it. He's got himself an operator and I think was it Phantom he had there, or Vandal? I couldn't see what it was. Bayers though, he's under pressure, and well, showstopper to the face means the site is taken, and that's a C-site take. Once again, it's been like taking candy from a baby. Every time they've gone into that C-site, they've really met no resistance, unfortunately. You know, I'm thinking of so many times I've seen players sort of getting doubles, triples from the C-site defense. It just hasn't been happening. With a 5-man hold, yes, it's a 4-man retake, yes, they're sending the Owl drone in, but they do have the Hunter's Fury. That's actually going to be sent towards Long. It may connect on the second one there. That one just splits the difference, and now they're in trouble.
Yeah, and actually, again, good utility usage there. They're going to get themselves onto site, but the dark cover's there. You see Hunter's Fury on the opposite side. The shock dart's going to shut down Existence. Happy going to have to just try and stick this one, and yeah, no chance. Yeah, you're not getting that defuse in a million years. But again, another convincing C execute from Fours, and I mean, Coffee's playing absolutely fantastically. But one factor I got to say, we've seen what, 3 showstoppers from Coffee. I think we saw the one from Happy, and he'd held that for like 3 or 4 rounds. And that's an ultimate. And again, you can say what you want about the recent changes, but you got to just get that off.
Yep.
You got to look at an ultimate like that as, you know, that's 1 kill a round. I'm going to set up somewhere so that if somebody comes close enough, they give me some information, any audio cue, I'm going to pop it off. I'm going to send it down sewers or something like that. But instead, we see Happy in this operator role on B that it wasn't really putting any pressure on them.
I want you to watch this half and see the difference between Zeddy in this position on the Omen. He was very impressive at the weekend on this exact same spot. Became himself up a 4K from this exact same position with rifle rounds. That wall, man, that sent the battle bot just at the right time back. This is a pistol round that started from CS. Absolutely need. Look at the rotations already coming through. They've managed to pick up Akuma, that smart 7, going aggressive. He's actually gone around the backside, so they catch him pushing out of windows, but they are stacking double door. What are they doing? Forza, they're just trying to motor on through, and that's going straight into the hands of started from CS. A choke point like that, Maniac and Happy will take it all day long.
Again, I like it from Fours. They push all the way out of A. They get all of that information. As soon as they know there's nobody stuck up in garden, nobody's in window. I like the fact that they kind of tried to take decisive action there. I got to question the execution ultimately because they just got gunned at double doors.
Well, they blocked each other. The one that went through stopped.
Yes.
It's like it's the classic faux pas. If you go in, go.
That
Don't
like
stop in the doors.
That looked like every single one of my pistol rounds in ranked. Honestly,
exactly. Yeah. Great information. Recon Bolt just got the information he needed. Got him to see the 2 attackers, which is why we're seeing a heavy rotate actually, because they saw both Maniac and in Existence down C long. It's pulled 4 players across them to see there. Maybe sold them a dummy. We'll see whether it works out for them, because we can see the spike on the minimap, of course, is looking like it's heading over towards the A site. It does mean Impala's left alone there, though. And
I was going to say,
he's not easy to pass.
No, Impala's got himself tucked. I'm assuming he's in that spot with a shorty, because that's usually what you see when somebody's down there. But he's got himself a trap wire and the spy cam up on, I guess, the top of short. Yeah, he's got a shorty in hand. Love to see that. So again, they've got to be careful not to give any audio cue over. As I say that, yeah, I think you just step there and you can see the rotation coming out through the defensive spawn already. So Impala got to find himself 1 or 2, but again, started from CS, they've got a beat on this, and Happy's going to find one over at double doors, and Existence going to send the Paranoia through. We're going to see a B execute on the back of this.
Well, the plant's down. It is just pistols, remember, so again, a plant is what they wanted. Bears gets himself what he can. Does get taken down by Zeddy though in response, and that wraparound not going to work out for Impala, who tried to come around, but he ran straight into Maniac's Marshall. Ready and waiting. Coffee may well do the same. This is going to be up close and personal, ghost on ghost, and well, Coffee's got no hit points, so it will be just the one loss. So that means they can go through to this next round with a good bonus, with keeping their hold of the weapons as best they can. Maniac may even be able to pass it off and get an operator for someone. No, okay, he's not going to. He's just going to spend it on the armor.
That was a big round from Cyber CS. Again, it's always, it's got to be a worrying factor to have the risk of losing the enemy's first eco, I guess. But good recovery from them. And again, I like the utility usage there. The aftershock goes through to cut off ceiling so that they can get the spike down. It's small things like that that really become huge factors in Valorant. But a good turnaround nonetheless. But the first buy around now, and a couple of SMGs still on the board for started from CS, so look to see if they get a little bit of aggressive with them.
Big shout out to Fishcuff Tom. They made it through 18-16 in the round of 128, then a 14-12 in the round of 64. The overtime masters. That's Edelweiss from former 7 Esports as they're pushing in on towards Seaside down long. Akuma gets himself a quick double, make that a triple. Taken down by the paint shells in the end though. The plant will come in, but Sage is already in there. Hugon does manage to get the planter down, so Spike loose at the moment, and it's all now on Impala. And a 1v2 finds himself one Happy down. And now a deadly one-on-one, but it's around the houses they're going to go.
The timing is perfect. I say perfect, but I'm assuming Maniac knows that he's now dropped. So Maniac got the upper hand in this because he can go pretty much anywhere he likes here. And no utility other than the recon bolt, so he can probably get Spike planted in a relatively safe spot and get himself set up elsewhere. He's not going to get the Hunter's Fury, he's going to be one shy, so he's got to stay somewhere close to contest site. The spy cam long could become a factor for Impala here if he checks that, but Maniac going to take a spot underneath Heaven and hold the line for the time being.
Long way to go, and a short time to get there. Impala got a lot of work to do, and this is the angle that's going to favour Maniac coming from short.
It's got it, yeah. 70 HP for Impala as well.
Gonna go for it. Here's the footsteps, run straight in. Easy all day long for Maniac there, and an important round for start from CS to get themselves back on the board. 9-6. Is this the comeback? Is it coming? Is it happening?
I mean, again, Haven's one of those maps, and I hate defaults into the cliche, but momentum builds on a map like this. Again, because it's so heavily reliant on this this information gathering from the defense, and obviously that early pickoff from the offense. And I mean, they're kind of looking like a different team. Starting from CS, they're looking like a different team right now. They're much better set up. They're capitalizing on first bloods, and they're actually getting first bloods in this half lane.
Big upsets in this tournament so far. So Big have gone down, although that one maybe a grow of that team. We'll see how it works out.
The foundations are there.
Yeah, need more DM going out. Big surprises early on, especially in the round of 64, but that is the danger of best of ones. Obviously, time being, I think we'd be here all week and then some if we did best of threes all the way through this.
Well, I think you said as well earlier, I heard you talk about that, it's reliant on not having, like a favored map. Obviously, with these set maps for a best of one, you don't get a choice. It's like, well, okay, we could be screwed if we play a team that we know are better than us on split.
But you also need to play around it. Like, I mean, I guess you could look at it. I'll get to it in a second because we're about to push straight into the action. Zeddy manages to catch Maniac there. Remember, this is a Thrifty coming out. Hujon is plucking away with his Marshall at the moment, but you can see Existence has done the damage. Can't quite land it the second time. Happy down to 2 hit points. He still finds himself. Is that a double headshot lineup? I think it was.
Clean. That was clean.
So that was the eco out the way. Now the weapons coming in. So Impala back on the operator. So is Hujon. So it's a double op setup, just as we saw from start from CS. But 9-7. Now right back in this one. Confidence will certainly never be a factor for the likes of Happy Maniac and obviously Existence, who've been around the block and then some throughout Source and CS:GO. Hell, I think some of them was Existence in 1.6 as well. I'm not sure. I think we're very games in CS Source, if I remember rightly. I'd have to check my records and my history. But either way, Hujon starts things off. Akuma down long. That's what we were talking about. That's what I wanted to see from starting from CS on the defensive side. That big long play, which kind of was working for Maniac, but he just never netted anything because they never beat him.
Yeah, the double swing on A long, and again, I mean, it absolutely pays off for them. Net themselves, not just the first blood, but the second to follow it up, and a deadly setup there. They have the operator. I mean, the double operator setup on each side, actually, one posted up in heaven now. Impala just needs to plant himself and watch Sewers. He's got a trap wire down there as well to give some information over. But Spike's still lingering here, and they haven't popped the spy cam just above the bricks here. And there you go, now is the information comes over. The peek from heaven actually misses. Aldron going to go in and try and find some information, but Hujon going to find Baez there. Impala will find Happy.
One in heaven, one in hell, double block.
Yeah.
That's up. It's just the shooting gallery. Nothing you're going to do about this one, Maniac, I'm afraid. Yeah, and you're slow. Just like climbing up the hill. I will not be deterred. I will push onto sight. You will not catch me off guard. Oh, but he's got it. He's got a parlor down, and he's going to get the spike planted. Are you kidding me? They're going to give him the money? Yes, they are.
I was going to say, if he somehow, by some divine miracle, managed to get back down to Suez, he had Hunter's Fury and nobody was flanking, but it's a tall order. It's a tall order, but Falls will put their first round on the board on the defensive half now, and they got to start up to double digits, and this is worrying now because, you know, you lose one buy round, you're on an eco, and it puts you the enemy team on match point. That's the worrying part.
Yeah.
As soon as somebody hits that 10 round mark, because then, I mean, you can't afford to slip up at all after that. And I mean, aside from CS are going to be able to fall buy back into this one. And they go, yeah, they're probably going to have 3 full buys for the next round as well. Maybe 1 light buy on Akuma, but again, a lot rides on this one.
Just feel the confidence maybe growing for Forza with the double operator setup. It working out well for them. And the early peaks, they're going to peak once again down A long. This time the shot doesn't net anything. You can see them pushing down. And then this time, Existence trying to draw something out with Baez, trying to something from it. They do have a lot of ultis available on both sides at the moment. The Rolling Thunder and the Showstopper certainly available for the attacking team, which will net them something maybe. There's going to be the Hunter's Fury coming out from the defensive side. I tell a lie, it's actually the attacking side that pushed it through. That was Maniac trying to net something, but it didn't land anything in the end, and that's just been a fake. So they're going to push on through. You can see, keep your eye on Maniac, Existence. The Rolling Thunder, he's tucked in down short right now. That's going to be the Rolling Thunder across A side. There's going to be the play, dark cover into heaven, Rolling Thunder coming in, but look how passive they got. Forza read this, they're completely backed offside.
Yeah, and actually the paint shell combined with the cyber cage down along actually going to pick up one of the kills. They do still get a little bit of side control, and Spike will go down. Post-plant wise, they don't have any ultimates now that the Hunter's Fury was invested elsewhere, and you got to question that now that they've got control of A site. Starting from CS now in a 3v4 situation. I say that's now a 2v4.
I mean,
yeah, the trades going back in favor of Force now. And Akuma will fall.
Can't do anything about it.
No.
The timing on Impala there, just to go for that peak, exactly when the sight was turning. Basically, his teammate just making noise, draws his attention, out he peeks, got ya. And that's, yeah, as you talked about, you know, this is now where the economy from starting from the CS is still going to be there. They've still got a bit to go, but as you say, Forza, they've got bank now. They've got enough to carry them through if they want to go all the way. And I just feel this double operating setup, once they got that in play, that's kind of been the difference. That's what set Forza up. Their defensive stance has been strong since then.
Yeah, I mean, the plant and a couple of kills in that last round was actually huge for Cyprus. Yeah, so at least they didn't. Everybody died and they didn't trade anybody. So, I mean, that's good. But again, this is kind of an all or nothing because they're going to be on a broken buy next round. They're going to have to force up 2, possibly 3 SMGs if they invest a lot of utility into this. But it's really worrying when you get to this stage.
It's just different to look at the pressure that, say, for example, oh, that's a wall been drawn out there. Was that a boosted wall of double doors? I think it may have been. I think it may have been. It's Huge on was through there, isn't it? Yeah, I think Huge on was trying to do the wall booster, just have a look, but he didn't have the angle. It's going to hold them at bay, and they're actually pushing into it. Aldrone through, sees the slow orb coming through. Akuma's actually going to push through the slow orb. That might surprise them. They've backed away onto C-site, so they've got a triple stack on C-site.
The power just the huge
single man through, and they've got to push on through. They've got to catch the man in the corner.
Already now. Oh no.
Then he goes down, but the damage is done. Showstopper from Happy goes through, but he's been picked off by Coffee. It's down to a simple round once again for Forza. And I was talking about it right at the start of the round, right? Look at the difference that Zeddy on C site as opposed to Bears. I don't want to hack on Bears. It wasn't Bears' fault. I just feel that the agent, the Omen, is so much stronger on a C site than a Cypher is. A Cypher, I feel, is better suited on the A site.
Oh, for sure. The other factor as well, with Force showing that much C presence on attack, Bears can't stop a rush. He can't stop a rush.
Impala looking to see his existence going to peek into it. He kind of wants it, kind of drawing it. Just going to set himself up camera and traps and back away from that one. Once again, Huge on getting the peek through double door. The Impala does net himself the shot. It's Akuma, sorry, that's playing as the breach. And again, losing the opening man in match point. Not looking good for start from CS.
No, it's not, but again, hate to come back to it, but that aggressive spike cam, and now the fact that Impala has full control of A long, you can see that nobody from Force needs to rotate around the map looking for information, trying to second guess where the push is coming from. And that's the big difference between this. I mean, I was going to say, yeah, Existence shouldn't get away with that one. He tried to teleport all the way over into the defensive spawn, and now 2 members left alive, started from CS to keep their tournament hopes alive. Happy and Maniac, and it's just Happy now, and he's going to lose that one to Zeddy, and a Force closes this one out. I mean, you got that was a clinical performance from Force. They absolutely didn't.
Some sort of, you know, we'll be doing interviews and stuff tomorrow and figuring out, oh, look at that. There's no Reyna. We were hopeful. We were hopeful there'd be a Reyna.
I'm seeing a Reyna.
Wait, they're the wrong way around.
Scream. Yeah, they're backwards. So Scream has 100% locked in Reyna. So they were on the other side. Don't worry about it. Switch the UI around, and you've got it. And we've got a quick start. We can jump it right into this. No messing. This is a straight up pinch towards B through mid, and they're going to try and get that Sober to feel as uncomfortable as possible.
And we're piling straight in there. Poor old Cypher. Oh, Dunno. Hello. And Chihuahua. They have absolutely stopped that attack dead. And it is TBD on the defensive side here that have just stopped everything. And that's, yeah, there's not a lot they can do about it. Unless they push straight in. They're going aggressive. It's going to be 3-man stack straight through. They will find Soulcast. And then the last man Cryptics. They know exactly where it's coming from. Job done. That was what was looking like a fearful round of TBD there to be just got absolutely cut down.
Yeah, let's see the pace they go about this. For now, TBD do sit 1 round to the good. Fish 1, 2, 3, of course, not able to capitalize off of Deno having that brilliant success holding that kind of B connector from middle. Nicely handled. And honestly, Sober on B, I've seen Sinatra playing it so well, the amount of time you can buy. I'd like to see Dano kind of making his own stamp on it as well, so excited to see what he can bring, but you can buy so much time and info off the back. For now, though, pistols, ghosts, maybe some classics. You shouldn't expect too much beyond that.
Look at that, Echoes and Screaming taking a hell of a lot of damage straight away, just through the smoke. A little bit of spray, why not? Shooting the standard position, but they are just going to shove the way straight up mid. Pistol rush it straight in. It is going to be sat ready and waiting. Multi with the paranoia going for the peak, but look at this. Link peeks around the side, gets 2 down, quick headshots. Makes it expensive, but that's all that it's going to be. And there's the first 2 big rounds for TBD. And now let's see where they can go from here.
So, I'm looking at this now as remember, these players are good for TBD. Neeks is certainly a name if you're obviously a fan of the Polish FPS scene. You'll definitely know who he is. Chihuahua's done very well for himself. Dano's definitely up there. Archer's certainly got a name. Multi I'm a little bit new to. I don't know them through Counter-Strike, so maybe there's someone I need to just learn who they are. So I'm excited to see if they bring something that I haven't seen. But we do see the buy coming out for Fish123. They are up on the Phantoms. Let's see what they bring this round. It looks like a very kind of defensive piece on A, maybe expecting some aggression. And it was actually on towards B. Jet went for the push towards those B halls and now has peeled off from it. It's a big stack to mid B side, but they're floating the players back over towards A.
No Sage for TBD. There's just could be big. We'll see how that plays out. Generally, with Ascent, you don't get a chance to get in and get their heels off, so not too surprising. First big A hit comes through. Multi manages to step through, gets the Spectre forward, working well for him. Cryptis will get Chihuahua down. Spike's actually been separated from the team still at the moment. A Scream will get up on top, finds himself Arch. Now going to look straight through. Support arrives. It's coming back through from Tree. They've got the walled off position. They're going to try and boost around, and well, Multi just wasn't looking there. Scream took him down easily. And now Dano is separated from this. Of course, this is the danger. They're still using the Spectres. So when that wall goes down, it's actually, they're going to hammer away at it to get rid of it.
Yeah, the retake's going to be pretty tricky considering they're still in the Bulldogs here up against the full ARs. Link's just buying time as well. Nice work, 1-for-1 trade. It's done the job. It's going to probably buy you enough time. Scream does fine to know. Nicely handled. Scream, crisp as ever. It wasn't the most beautiful sight take, if I'm honest. I mean, you know, if you watch a lot of Valorant, I think Cloud9's A take is something that a lot of people look towards, especially when you have a Jet. I'd like to see if Neeks can do a bit of that. I think that's a pretty fair assessment on that one. That'd be awesome, but an op can do wonders on this. I wonder if we see some aggression with it. It looks like a double stack towards short for the defensive side, or maybe just Cypher kind of doing a bit of work, trying to put that utility down, but the buy's not great for the defensive team.
They did go in with the standard bonus round of trying to carry the weapons through, but they, if you remember, they did lose 2 or 3 in the second round, so they had to kind of force up into the last one, which puts them low on the economy this time around. That's why we're seeing them separating, but aggression doesn't net anything on the A side. They do go fairly aggressive. The mid control, generally given to the attacking side, is in the hands of Fish123 as they're set to look up a B play here, but there is a rotate coming through, and this is the operator. Here's Neeks going to go for a peek here. Will he better catch something? The Sovas not going to play the attention here, but now the wall goes up. It absolutely sets the green flag going, and they are going to try and push through, but those paint shells stop Screaming his tracks.
Yeah, they need to go now, though. Looking at where the spike is, there's a little bit of a time limit. That's huge. Finding Arch is great, and now they need to push off the back a bit. Try and keep that momentum going. Jet does find position on the site, though, so that op is in play. And let's see if that Sova can buy a bit of time, give that information over. Eccles already going to find Multi. It's not looking so good, but they haven't cleared the site properly yet.
Trying to use that recon port to give them the information. They're actually going to rotate back across, but they're running straight into Chihuahua. Gets the 1 down, gets the 2. It makes it costly, and Cryptix now suddenly finds himself running with the spike. It is Scream that's sat waiting until light's not Scream. It is going to be, who's off at the side there? It is Link. Link's the man that's holding and stopping them, and they're actually going to rotate all the way around the world across the mid, and Link's maybe caught off guard here. Neeks is going to be there quicker, but he gets Scream back on his feet. Now makes it a 3-on-2, and they also catch Dano in the cross, and that just leaves the last man try and come in. I don't know. I think he's going to have to save the operator here, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Scream should see him in a second. Should be the first to see him, and a headshot comes through. Nix goes down. And a big attacking round is going to absolutely hammer the economy of TBD. And yeah, this is going to have to be a save.
Yeah, nice little opener. Scream found there. If you imagine Arch was there with a little bit more, work, maybe even just like a 1-for-1 trade, that could have been big. Nix was able to do pretty well on the site, so that could have been much tougher, but as you said, the economy's been broken down. Let's see what their anti-ecos are like. This is probably going to be the peak towards short. With the op, we should probably check in with whoever's getting up there. Oh, that's nice. There it is.
Yeah, that's the dirty boost.
Yeah, so they can watch short really comfy with this. They didn't put their op up there, but Nix popping the ult does at least kind of give them a little bit more to fight with. Oh, he does have the op. There we go.
See whether he finds anyone. Yeah, Link up high. That's just going to drop down. Won't have any vision on that one, so just simply guesswork. And this is actually, or it was stacked out for B. It's a shrouded step coming out from Mulsey to get in position. They've got 4 stacked here, but here we go. It's going straight in. He tries to go look in. They're trying to get a weapon away, and they have. It's worked out for them. In the end, it was Dunno that got himself in, so 1 taken. Let's see if they can put it to use, because we can see the spike. It's rotating over towards the A site now. It leaves just a single man Chihuahua in position, and he's spotted.
Really nice. Nix is here though. Keep an eye on the ult. See what Nix can do up towards heaven. Probably going to bide their time unless someone peeks into it, but they've got the gunplay back with Vandal now in play. Spike should be planted. They can't stop it, but if they do damage on the retake, it's still possible. These afterplants are quite nice. There's short pressure. Could definitely work out well, but it has to be well communicated. It has to go together. Nix is going kind of on his own here. He needs some help to keep their attention further away, and I think he's now been truly noticed from this angle. And there comes the shutdown. Everyone else tried to push back in. Mozzie does find a little, but not enough to make much of a difference. It was going to come down to Nix, and the timing on getting that little bit of a reveal off the camera kind of denied everything.
It was that the door. The fact is they had pistols and they shut the door on them, so they're hammering away to get the damn door down. Mulsey trying to make it expensive for them, but Link was ready for that. Not going to get caught out from scaffold there, and we'll get away with it. 3-2. Link being the difference. Look at that. 7-3-1. Great start from him. On the Sage support plan, my ass. Not having any of that. Nixo can't afford the armor, and obviously with the ulti used, so this is a big round for TBD. If they lose this one, I fear they may slip out of it very early. But we have seen this being heavily sided attacking and then heavily sided defending. The meta keeps shifting back and forward, I think, as people figure out better attacking strategies versus better defensive strategies. So let's just see which way this goes.
Well, I think this is a contact A, almost. They're going for the execution now, but they're going through 1 choke point and up against Noman. This is going to be really brutal to run through.
That was a big paranoia. That was a paranoia across 3 or 4 of them there. They had to back away.
They've drawn out some utility. Do they have much left themselves? That's the next big question. If you know you're up against a weakened team on poor money, taking away any of their economy is pretty impressive, even if it's just utility. You've got the information play coming out from the Omen to try and garner where they're going or what they're doing. And yes, they have caused A rotations, but if there's still, a couple of smokes here and here, a little bits and pieces to work with, this isn't bad for the attackers.
Just trying to give the information. There we go. Little check over there. So the Omen's looked, and they're actually going to go back onto A site. So building up on this one, they haven't rotated away from there. They've still got a 3 stack here, both down on site. While the Omen sits at the tree, so Mulsey could be pivotal here as Nix tries to line up the shot. He will get linked down. That's a big one, but Scream has opened up. Oh, he just leaves Chihuahua at the back. Mulsey sitting in the smoke. Mulsey trying to sit and wait. Does get the one down. Chihuahua got a second. And then the showstopper comes through. Shuts down 2. And a fantastic defensive hold in the end from TBD.
I'm not sure what the plan was really for Fish 123 when they hit the site like that. It felt that initial hit was the main plan, and when that got kind of thrown out the window, it looked a little lost. And well, I mean, icing on the cake there when a showstopper just bangs like that. But this attacking side doesn't look as fully kind of fleshed out as I'd like. I was looking at the kind of history with Fish123 on this map. You know, they lost to G2 13-8. They beat NIP and OT. They beat Party Parrots. They've got a decent history on it for sure, but, you know, TBD, not a bad little CIS squad here. And Polish.
Aggressive defensive push down mid there. That was Neeks going looking through mid. And actually, Molsey was the one that found the opening kill. Greenman links it back. Oh, divided on the attack at the moment, and Scream looking to play. I question sometimes, but then, you know, they're looking to try and draw some attention, seeing if they can force a rotate up to B, because I'm assuming this is an A hit, with the spike slowly meandering that way around the back. Soulcast that'll work his way around the dark cover into tree, while actually they are going to group in mid. I tell a lie, but there is a tripwire in place.
Just looking for a pick potentially at this point. Wait for the Owl drone to catch up, which he should be doing right about now. Could potentially follow with it. Yeah, it looks like Sage will be putting up the wall and going off the back, but they're going to a 3-stack site, so maybe try and just throw a bit of a fake, keep some attention over this way, but it's not really going to draw too much away. This Omen and Cypher combo has been dealing with them pretty handedly, and again, Morsey, not just one, that's going to be his second in this instance, and the third overall. Finally shut down, but you think about the effectiveness of the trade, and Chihuahua's still alive.
Oh, he couldn't quite land the shot though on Link, just slightly off aim. And now Link's got himself a second, going big again, but Neeks comes around. Here's the spike going down. May even just go for the wall back through, but Link gets a triple. Can he make it at the 4? Arch manages to find the man, but the slow comes down, and now he knows where Link is. He knows he's down under. Satchel charge can work him down. Got one more to go with. That's going to be right on the button. And the defuse comes through. Nicely played by Arch there, using his brain, not his aim. Maybe I've lost Lauren. I'm not too sure. I see you transmitting, but not hearing anything. No, there you are.
Definitely just muted my mic.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I was just saying Link was he wanted his kebab, and you know what I mean. He's doing the best he can. Bless him. I need a comprehensive approach now from Fish123. This is 2 rounds back to back, where it's looked pretty good for TBD. One was a post plant, you know, 1v1, but I'd like to see a little bit more on this attacking side. But Neeks, every day of the week, you'd imagine the ops would find that, but no, Scream denies, and that's a big pick. That can really cut this defensive side in half, but look at them trying to get back into it. Scream denies another, that's a second, and it's a good and 2. Gonna leer in, switch towards the side. Does he find this over first and foremostly? It looks like he does. Scream is so slick at this.
Simple plan, simple hold. Don't think there's anything they can do with the retake here. It's going to be blind pushing. If anything, there's a wall in the way as well. And that's just going to force Chihuahua and Molsey to try a different approach. Chihuahua just sitting, waiting. Going to see what for the wall timeout, see if he can get some exits, but that's about all it's going to be. Will be 4-4. No defuse likely to come through. Molsey does get the extra on the escape. Chihuahua also catching echoes as well. So they are starting to make it costly. And on the escape, they're going to have to push through those weapons. Gets another. Can he make it another? Yes, he can. And they can wipe them out here. You know what? They haven't got time for the defuse, but Scream gets taken down in the end. Can't get himself the ace. Chihuahua will take him out, but they made it expensive for Fish123 there.
Let's have a look at the money. Yeah. Look at the damage is gonna cost him a little bit of a backup, right? It keeps him pretty humbled at this. You've got 1.8 on Link now, which is gonna be a little bit rough to fashion a purchase. Not bad at all. And again, I love seeing the Scream runs abandoned now. Switching up off the Phantom, pretty nice. Pretty darn nice. I think someone like his playstyle can definitely do ones, but we do see an A stack coming out for the defensive side of TBD, looking like they're going to sit over towards A with 4 players, just trying to capitalize on maybe the jet play, try and get a gun away.
Holding them up with pistols, or he switches over to the shorty, and then caught switching weapon with the wall bang. Oh, you hate to see it. That's going to be the side taken. There's nothing they can do about this one. They only have the pistols anyway.
Oh, that's the anti-wall bang. Just it's filth, but it works. Right, Spike should go down. Let's go, Spike. Come on, Omen. Come. There we go. Spike gonna go down. And they're just trying to find these last two players. They don't need to overpush. You don't want to lose your guns. You don't want to lose a Vandal or a Phantom. Yeah, there we go. Contact made. Shouldn't overdo anything. Again, that's pretty much your win conditions in this. Keep it nice and clean. Nice work. There we go. So what? 5 alive. Spike down. No losses to pistols. Very good.
All right then. Back on the weapons. Bind. Oh my god, look at that bind. Half armor at best. Not pretty for the defensive side, but at the moment they're drawing fairly even. With 4 rounds on the defense. I still never know really which way this one swings.
I'd say the one thing I'm going to keep in mind here is that TB did win the pistol, and of course they got the one off the back.
Yep.
So gun round wise, yep, Fish 1, 2, 3 are doing a little bit better in my opinion, but you know, pistol rounds still count, so it's not like you don't get them, but you get a lot more gun rounds, so you got to put a little bit more emphasis on those being the key elements. But we'll see if it continues to go forward. And I love that bait. So he baits as though he's gone to the other side of the wall, but he's going to put a double face on this side. It's a nice little sound bait coming through.
I think Moles is falling for it though. Hold in position while Chihuahua stands guard.
I have the spike.
Playing with the dark cover Scream at the moment as he looks towards taking a bit of an aim duel with Molsey. Going to be where the fight starts. The Soulcast stacks up. Everybody's stacking into cross here. Of course, ready to go. And now, are they going to try and draw it? The trees where the play will be. Molsey will catch the one off guard. Gets the little boost up. Ooh, so close to catching the head there. And we'll just duck down and avoid the damage from those shock darts. Chihuahua, meanwhile, is popping off on sight. Gets taken down eventually by Cryptics. And now it's a 4-on-3. This attack has been absolutely halted and stunted. Neeks trying to get across, but gets a quick cloud burst down. Can't manage to work it. Scream comes in, but he's got his recon bolt stuck inside him. Link will get the trade with Molsey, and now he's pushing around the side. There's Neeks stuck above. Now both directly below, but the wraparound is coming, and they haven't dealt with Arch. He peeks out, gets himself a double, and the defuse will come. It's all square, 5 apiece.
That retake was pretty brave from Arch in a way. I was surprised he got away with that angle, but just avoiding eyeline until it was just around the corner, so he gets away with it in the end. Yeah, very close game between these two, 5-5. And I've got to say, I'm not like blown away by Fish 1, 2, 3 on this map yet. Maybe their strength may lay in the defensive side. I thought with maybe Scream on that Reyna, we could have seen like a little bit more punch to it, a little bit more gusto. But it hasn't been terrible, and this is again credit to TBD for looking quite good. You know, again, Chihuahua, yeah, he's what, 9 to 8, but the amount of like stopping power he's brought to that A site, so effective. So really holding his own here.
The usage of dark cover power have been very effective as well from Molsey to slow them down. And something we should actually mention is the fact that there is a triple smoke setup effectively from TBD, with obviously the Cypher, the Omen, and of course the Cloud Burst from the Jet. Can be very useful on that defensive side. Our drone doesn't net them any information down mid. Well, I guess it did. It net them the information that there's nobody in mid. I guess that's as helpful as ever, but it is going to be a B stack, it seems, as we try and walk around. But unfortunately, this is kind of set up. Scream's looking to be the man that peaks, and you can see Neeks is there. Oh, don't know. He's going to be flashing straight into it. Comes across, just absolutely brazenly peeks it, goes straight into it, and Neeks lands the shot on Link.
All right, Neeks, how much more have you got here in the tank? You've got potentially 3 players coming away. Ultimates being popped, smoke's going down, pressure's mounting. Nice readjust towards the back of sight. You can see the Omen TP'd away. Gonna get himself safe towards the cubby. Luckily for Neeks, he's safe. And there we go. Nice shot from Neeks. Nice. Ek is 1. And then Arch gonna find Cryptics. This is a beautiful hold. Honestly, Neeks' readjustment, the positions, so well done.
Was just a little bit of blocking. Soulcats makes it. Costly gets the 2 down. They kind of blocked each other. One wanted to hold the position. All 3 of them looking the same way. That's a bit criminal in terms of defensive after such a great hold against the whole team, but they just didn't know where that last man is, and you can see what that meant. It means that Dano is basically sitting on, well, actually, he can Chihuahua can buy him a weapon, so he should be fine with the trade there. It's going to drop him a Phantom, but it does mean the attack is somewhat halted here. And with Fish123 looking great at the start, once they got their weapon zone, TBD seems to have put their feet down, dug in, and now with the final round, looking to try and make it a 7-5 half.
See what Nix does. It looks like him and Omen. Yeah, they're going for a little bit of a mid play. You can see Omen supporting, watching to Nix's right where Link currently is. So they're going to try and maybe get a little bit of mid control. Yeah, Multi's going walkabouts. That smoke's going to dissipate. Multi, watch your timing on that. They know what's up now.
He just Shrouded step away from it though, so it gets him into safety, and that's what he does. Nix actually picked Link off as well, and Nix is holding the angle. He may get himself a second here. Oh, Scream! He just walks around the corner and takes Dano's head off. That'll do. Sight open, it's clear. Bring that spike in, and let's get the plant down.
What's an error? What's an absolute fumble that is. Scream's going to have that all day of the week. Now, yes, positions noted. They know where they are, but the spike being planted is wonderful. They do have the Sova quite deep towards the back B wall, so the back is covered. So it does come down to this 3-play stack towards the site. They still have to lock this out. There's, what, 4 players playing retake? It's not going to be easy, so this one could be a little bit trickier. Neeks could be trying to dance with the player watching the flank. Tries to bait the shot. You might hear that go off soon, but they've got to go fast here, Lee. They're going to run out of time.
Yeah, Soulcast is just delaying so well. Nix has finally been cleared up, but it doesn't matter because everybody else is pushing in on site. Screens are picked off. Chihuahua comes through though, mows them all down. He's going to get the defuse. It's a 7-5 half for TBD against Fish123. A great start from them. And again, as you mentioned, it was all on the pistol. They did get the 2, but if you take that pistol and the second round away, it would still all be tight. So a really nice defensive hold from TBD, especially considering the start.
I'm a little worried about those post plants. That was a little bit off brand. I thought they'd have some really nice crossfire set up, but maybe they just didn't have that hold on the side they wanted. They've kind of god moded Scream, gets the armor, someone drops him out the ghost. So we might see him have a little bit of a moment. And I mean, you want to kind of beef up your players like Scream, right? You make him the raid boss. He's over on short. It's the Omen who's going to get potentially first contact. They might go quick on this. I want to see if the camera goes up, they kind of play along with it, if they get contact, or if they take their time here, TBD. I want to see what they have on the attacking side.
Such a big round. TBD picked this up, but they can start to roll that momentum. And would we see another shot? We've seen Fabricant go. We've seen Need More DM fall. Big teams already that have been successful throughout the early stages of VALORANT. And this is a big 5 stack. Shrouded step across. They are sat ready and waiting for this. I think Eccles is just going to launch that paranoia in their faces. Dark cover comes across. There's the paranoia. It catches, I think, 3-4 of them there. Forces them back. But now Scream's ready, waiting to go. Catches himself one. Sees a second. Gets a little leer away. Draws it back, but it's not quite enough. Just Chihuahua pushes on through, but he's going to get himself a triple. Peeks himself back into the cloudburst. Link can't land the shot. Chihuahua gets his 4th. A massive play from Chihuahua there. He was strong on the defense, but even bigger on attack.
Such a little dog. This guy's the big dog right now. 15-8. He's having a belting map here, and they've been such important kills too. You know, we were hyping up on the other half a little bit, you know, saying how much time he bought, how he was quite solid on that. He was, you know, putting some impact frags up. He just popped the hell off. You know, those rounds where I see Scream start lining up headshots, I'm like, oh no, don't do that. But all safe. Scream gonna be working with the Marshal this time. No one over here. Again, 5-play stack towards A. It's gonna be down to Cryptics and the Omen over towards that A site to try and do something to deny this. They're gonna see the Aldrone. They'll know they're coming through. And sadly, position noted, Cryptics is in all kinds of danger.
They're forced into it. They're forced into it. Getting the Stingers, getting the Marshals. They've forced what they can here. At 8-5 down, this is pressure on for Fish123. They lose this round, they're going to be looking at 9-10 rounds down. That's dangerous time. Once you see that 10th round sticking in, they are really under the cosh here. And now the bait is working. Dark cover goes down. The spike is moving. It's on a little journey around the world through mid at the moment, and Fish123 are left guessing. I think they've got a small idea, but this is coming the way. Straight into Eccles. Is he going to be able to draw out the paranoid quick enough? No. Oh, no.
Judge could do it. Oh, the
He looked
timing!
away!
Oh, I'd be so mad if it was him. That's so unfortunate. Absolutely timed to death, and now they're going to flood the site. They're not going to slow down at all. Chihuahua again finds form, and Cryptix falls. That is so badly timed. Maybe miscommunication or something. But they've taken full advantage. They're going to just power through the site. The economy's going to be trashed. Oh, dearie me. Lee, I'm worried.
Podcast is going to get the one down, but I mean, they're forced into this. They are in a perilous position right now. Almost certainly looking at a 9-5 because they're going to have nothing after this one, unless Soulcast can really make it punishing for them. He's doing his best he can to try and take the weapons away with this Spectre, but hanging on for dear life. And yeah, the second he twitches away, Chihuahua will take him down, hunt him down. That's 7, by the way, for Chihuahua in 2 rounds. And now you can see their economy is in the gutter. Again, Scream's going to force out the Marshal, but that's all it's going to be. It's going to be Marshals and Sheriffs. And seeing what they can hold in.
Eco boys, please.
Oh my God, they're forcing more Marshals. What?
Make them stop.
Well, I mean, in terms of the attacking side, obviously Arch and Deno, they're also sticking with the Spectres. You know,
I know.
it's not ideal for them either, but you know, this is their bonus round. They're looking great, and Scream doesn't land it.
Oh, and they're just rinsing and repeating. It's going A again. We might see a big upset here. A legitimate big upset, because it looks like Fish123 do not have control right now. They are not looking so hot. The economy's looking bad. They've got to do big boy damage this round if they want to try and get a grip on it. That is the win condition here in the bigger grand scheme of things. And at the moment, yes, they got the first kill. That's good, but with the spike planted, decent post plants too for the attacking side. This is not an easy round to try and switch up.
Dark cover comes through. That means Neeks has to get back in and on site. Can just sit and wait and use that as a cover. And this is going to be a really tricky retake as Eccles peeks out, catches Arch by surprise there. That may work in their favor. And draws their attention as the dark cover comes back over, and now they're going to try and push. They have to get that door down, and now Scream looks to try and make the play. They all move as one. They can see underneath. He's trying to get the wall back. It's not going to work out. Neeks peeks out, gets one, but that's all it's going to be. Chihuahua comes through, but Deno is still been dealt with, and that is going to be Cryptix with a 4K. They've got time for the defuse just about. Yes, it goes through. And they needed that round, because I think they were done if they'd have lost that.
100%. And that was all Cryptix. That was a huge, huge round from Cryptix. You can't ask for anything more than that. You really cannot have an individual player. Now, yes, the economy's been close to broken for the opponents. I understand why they were forcing the buy, but it was risky because, as I said, you're then banking on popping off with the Sheriff up against a pretty decent purchase, which, well, it's kind of worked out. Now they're up on the rifles, but they better hold this one because the other side, well, they've still got an op. They've still got a Phantom or two here. Certainly not without a little bit of spice to it. So, again, it looks like they're going to try and almost feign this attention towards A. We've got aggression from the defensive team, and look at this. They're coming back fighting on this one. Scream using so much utility to force the issue over by A. But this will spur on the hit towards B now.
Coming around the corner, Neeks ready and waiting to lead the charge. Shock Dart comes through. This paint shells are going to be on point. Yes, they force him away. That's Link that took the hit. It's going to force out the slow and the heal. Oh, with the slow bounce back onto him. That was a misplay, but the does manage to get the wall down just in time and actually catches Bomberbot. Oh, he manages to work one. Cricket gets one. Link gets the second, but in comes Neeks with the ulti. Blade Storm running well. Multi's going to get the plant down, and look at this. It's all on Soulcast once again, as he has to go around the world. He managed to make them pay last time, but this time it's in a 2v1 with the dark cover in his face.
Okay, 40 HP on Molesy. Jet sitting pretty. That's a problem. Neeks is in such a good spot here.
They've walled and smoked it, so it has to go into the operator.
Missed shot could open up a small window of opportunity here, and it's been shut. Neeks says no, and it's double digits for TBD. This is worrying signs for Fish123. I'm going to be honest. This map isn't great for them. It's not one of the ones that you look instantly as like their strong suits. But I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried, and I love watching these guys play. I've been a fan of Fish123 personally, just watching how they've progressed. They have made big changes. They've been trying to rework the roster recently. They've started almost from scratch again. But did I expect TBD to get to double digits? Absolutely not.
Well, we're seeing why Fabricant fell to the wayside, 13-6. the scoreline we may see repeated here. And some big shocks on the cards in day one of the mandatory GG Ignition series. And this could all be another one. Arch and co make their moves. Their plays have been pretty smooth, in all honesty, on the attack. And let's just say Fish123, they've been found wanting on the defensive side. It is going to be an A stack, so there's a triple stack over that way. Now, is that read into it? Because they were kind of heading that way and then decided, no, it's going to be B.
G2 have closed out all their games, if I'm not mistaken. I just managed to catch that information over on mandatory.gg. So they are looking pretty going forward to tomorrow. And you'd have argued Fish123 would have been in a similar position. Not the case right now. There's Soulcast trying to find some info down towards mid. Nice read of the game there. So he doesn't know how many are around, but now they're going to just quicken the hit. Arch leading the way, but they have lost control in the extremities. They might get the spike, but holding this down is going to be tricky. Ooh.
Hunter's Fury, if only he'd have known. That was so close to catching 3 of them. Would have been absolutely on point, but the rotate comes through and the race is on. The dark cover goes to tree. And they're just going to keep on pushing. Oh, he's going to just push straight through it. Oh, Eccles just lines up and tries a shot. Manages to find himself on Arch. And Eccles has been having a nightmare of a game, in fairness. But that operator just getting taken out of his hands as Neeks lands 2. But Cryptus and Scream come back in. The spike plant will go in. And Molsey just keeps them at bay. And now a 2-on-2. Molsey hasn't noticed Cryptic sneak above him. Now the Aldrone spots him. He gives the information and the wall bang comes through the floor. Link puts the slow down, sees him around the side, trying to get the angle, but Dunno is there. It's 11-6 with 2 rounds from a big shock once again. Oh my word.
And honestly, between Neeks and Chihuahua,
they got no economy. They got a force.
100%. They're screwed. You're either playing for OT.
Does this go back to the fact that they've been forcing non-stop? And it's like, it's that classic case of, if it ain't working, stop doing it.
Is that the phrase? I mean, we'll make it.
We're making it, yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? If I'm TBD, I'm getting confident. I'm starting to feel it. Why wouldn't you? And now Link tries to make a difference early on. Not going to get it. Wall going to be forced to go up to try and deny Neeks any instant aggression. But they've got a little bit to play with now. They've got a couple of rounds to try things out. If they want to get aggressive around, maybe just play off a pick, they can do it. But these sort of moments, these sort of games, you need Scream to do that Scream magic. That like individual that's just crazy, that's nuts, because honestly, the kind of team chemistry's not there right now. The crossfires are being undone. They're getting outdone by not basic setups, but a well-polished team in TBD, which is very surprising. Regardless, it's gone back to this B lean. They're going for this B here right now, a set piece. Now, bear in mind, we did see those pistols earlier on. I don't know what Sova's got, but it ain't probably going to be a great deal. And already, Link falling, and oh dear, Scream's gone. This is going to be 12, surely.
And Chihuahua catching him out. The judge not going to work. Soulcast gets picked off. That is a sight hold with 5-man in position. Cryptics will get Molsey down, but that's all it's going to be. I think they actually need to save these weapons, but you know what? He's got a judge. Why bother? May as well go looking for it and try and do something with it, because this is going to be match point for TBD. The best of ones can be punishing, and they absolutely have delivered today, capturing many people off guard. But I gotta be honest, you know what? You can complain about a best of one all you can, but if you go down at a 13-6, it's not the best of one that's the problem.
Bang on. Nice shot, doesn't matter. This is all on the way out. Do whatever you can. I like it, but it's 12 rounds, whichever way you want to cut it for TBD. And that means, in the best of one, that's match point. And you know what? People in, you know, I've put Scream stream up. I like to watch the players play. I've been trying to keep tabs on it. You know, people like, hey, you know, maybe that, you know, maybe people, you know, they need a dedicated AWPer, that's what they need. And then just Smooyer appears, just like, you need an AWPer, I hear? It's just the little appearance from old Smooth Dogger coming out. But yeah, for now, this is it. Do or die time. Fish123, what a terrible predicament to be in. It feels like this first time we've seen them with a decent purchase, and let's see what they can do with it. It's all down to this.
Big upsets all day long. Match point TBD on Ascent. 7-5 first half. We thought, yeah, they got the pistol. That's maybe what's done it for them. Well, they won both pistols, and they've won the rifle rounds, and they keep on winning the rounds, and now they're pushing through, but Scream's in position. He gets the one, has to quickly lure away, but Mulsey manages to cut Cryptics down, and that causes problems. Echoes up on top, will get Neeks down. That's a really good hold from them. Scream's trying to delay his time here, tries to wallbang through the wall. Door goes down, and Mulsey will find him, and now it's going to be the showstopper through.
God.
The res comes through. Link's going to get Soulcast back on his feet. It's all they can do. Eccles gets one, finds the Aldrome. They know where he is. They get a wall banging through. And now this is a problem. 2-on-2, making a 2-on-1. The last man standing, Link trying to catch down. He gets pinged in the head. 32 health is all he's got. He's caught with a recon bomb. That's going to wall bang him down. And this is surely it for Fish 1, 2, 3. The bomb buddy's down. He can't drop. He can't jump down. There's a bomb buddy down there, and he can do nothing about this one. The heal in 6 seconds. Has he got the time? Trying to wallbang, trying to find anything he can. Drops down, gets one, but can't get the last. And Dano takes him down, and TP sort of restreams the stream. And so it's NIP on the defensive side with Forza on the attack, and it's looking. Well, actually, that's looking pretty good for defense. They've kind of shut it down, but Zeddy is so good sometimes. That's a tricky hold. I think this is going to have overtime.
Yeah, it's pretty OT, especially with the reses coming in. You've got to look at the sheer numbers. It'd be a 2v, it was a 2v4 retake. Free is still alive. Free is always going to be a game changer. To me, the guy's like nuts. Luck is great too. So you've got two like heavy hitters, but numbers alone definitely favourable to the opposition in that.
Funneling in, and it will be overtime. Wow, okay. I mean, in fairness, I wouldn't say either of these would be an upset if any one of these goes out. I think they're pretty evenly matched teams. Prolongations. I mean, it's prolonging the match, right? Overtime, prolongations. I like that. I see where it came from.
I mean, again, we're just always going to be jumping on the back of this. But OT, you know how it works now. Obviously, the switch up recently does allow double ops to be purchased, which is pretty ridiculous. But, you know, who am I to judge the game design?
And still in early days. Just think of CSGO in its early phases. So many things, so many changes. Took them a good few years to get that one balanced, so we'll see whether can do the same. But so I'm intrigued. I couldn't tell. Obviously, we don't know. I didn't get to see the scoreboard yet. What way the halves were. See which way out. Bear in mind, we had a 7-5 on the defense in the previous matchup. Ignore the overlay, by the way. The TBD Fish 1, 2, 3. This is actually Forza versus NIP. I don't know why that just appeared. GQ 13-8 with the Giants, so that was actually a pretty close one.
Giants are good, honestly.
Just to get across, people say it's still good internet for D-Man. This is not me. We are just sat here. This is a restream of a restream because our game has finished, and this is actually coming directly from the French stream, the mandatory French stream. So they are watching this matchup, which is why we're watching to see exactly what's going on. Did BBL win? I'm seeing lots of GGs.
It looks like they did.
Oof. Oof, that's a big win for them.
Who's on that roster again? Do you, like, who are the main names on that one?
Well, Sined's the main guy.
Yeah. You guys, and I hope you let me know, because obviously I know, like, if I'm thinking about the Turkish scene, I think of, like... Aslan, not Aslan Big, Aslan M4 Shadow, Sined, Kiro, and Aim. Okay. Because I mean, there was rumors of potentially a Turkish team being picked up by like Fnatic and things like that. So it'd be interesting to see where some of these teams end up. But I mean, rumors are rumors, right? You can't go too crazy on it. But I'm curious to see what happens down the line with who looks good. You know, who really stands out.
Yeah, I'm taking out Royal or Rix. That's pretty big. I mean, the fact that they need more DM and Rix. Bear in mind, this is the same team that got absolutely bodied by a mixed team last weekend. I don't know what's changed there, because that's the same lineup.
Who's the other Turkish team I'm thinking of? Like Hora and people like that.
Oh, and we have
brain's just cut out. But no, they're a great little squad, honestly. I'd like to see more of that. I've actually been pretty impressed with a lot of the Turkish players coming up through this. They've been very, very good. But at the side, we do see Forza leading 13-12. I mean, again, the rumors are rumors. I don't know, I mean, God, who knows who Liquid are picking up now? That's. I mean, where did that announcement go? We're just chatting. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
Is that one of those moments where something got leaked and then they withdrew? I mean,
they put the trailer, right?
Oh, the trailer out, yeah.
Which is the crazy part. So it's like in my head, I'm like, huh. I wonder what the hold up is. I mean, I've been asking that question a lot. It's like, why it takes so long to get MVP and what have you. So, I mean, who knows? I'll get my answers. Side hits coming in though, so this could be Forza puts up in a pretty good position. It looks like NIP have been pretty much shut out, barring the Sober.
Yeah, with the one at the back, yeah. Fearoth's causing problems. He shouldn't be able to. Has he get the plant in? There we go. So 13-13. Good distance in this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty long drawn out. Fearoth there, really nice play from the back of the side. Just kind of, I'm surprised he was able to stay alive that long without getting kind of double peaked.
Looking for ore. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was a little bit more aware of those guys.
Good play.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Flex. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's Para and Turco were the two players that I really saw being a standout for the Turkish scene. But people love C-Net2. He was one of the players that people were attached to early on.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's the Turkish scene as a whole that's pretty good. Like there's so many good players. I want to see which big team comes together. It looks like a hit's about to come through though. And God, if that raise dropped that nade, that would have been so much damage.
It's going to pile on through. That's risky going through a cage trap, but we'll see if it works out for them. IP going to clear out. FC NLP on the attack now because they've had the 2 rounds, they've had the switch. They're looking pretty good. With a 5-man hold. Mike Jose, aka Planted. And learn, and this is learn French altogether now.
We are just chilling on this one. Obviously, the French version of this is still going with full quality, so you can check that out if you want to. We're just chilling, just to try and catch up with the results. Obviously, it's a big bracket, so you've got to catch how these games end. It's all shut down from Lucker and Hip, but Korea being the game changer. And honestly, I want to see more of Korea. I want Korea to get the same hype that some of the other players are getting. I honestly think Korea is one of the big players to come up and show people how good he can be.
I think it's because the whole NIP roster was drawn out. They were the first to announce a roster, and they was the guys from Paladins, and then that kind of didn't really work out. And then they've obviously had this long drawn out sort of roster, kind of half there, half not. And I think that's what's killed all the hype over NIP, because everyone didn't really sure what was going on. Obviously now they picked up Hip. These guys, they're good. They're really good.
Yeah.
But the fact is that obviously that's passed on by a lot of people, because at the time they weren't getting the plaudits because they were the same era as the GPH 123s who were taking the plaudits at the time. So
Come on, Korea, show me the money.
I thought he was going to go for the full paranoia peak.
Who's trapped in with who? Oh, I hyped him up too much.
Coffee's been impressive. The Forza guys have been very impressive for me. I got a feeling that NMP might take this one though.
Yeah, and again, just for you guys at home, give old David P the congratulations. He's made it. He's finally officially in the team. He's in chat.
I was in Berlin last week, right? It's I'm in Berlin.
On the Cloud9 have kept people on the hook. I don't know, dude.
Carlos just hanging him out there. I think he's just waiting for his League of Legends team to get a win because he took them a bloody while, and they finally got a win the weekend. So they're suddenly like, "Oh, we can sign him now. We got.
You got to get the cash."
Yeah.
Looks
like NIP got it. Yep.
Just
so
about.
15-13. So fair play to Forza. They pushed it all the way, but you can see a 31 from Hujon. Zeddy 20.